saying the title's going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Pretty well, within Illline, within everybody, that has a lot to do with this. Not only just Illline, but you have Fry, you have Tim Walz, all that are making things worse. Literally making things worse every time they get on any type of platform, and it's definitely sickening. Got it right here though. Ilhan Omar, again, inciting, angry protests. Follow federal ICE agents is just, it's very irritable. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's sad that she's doing this. Very sad. Check it out right here.
PD saying the protesters threw ice and rocks at officers. Just what would you like to say to those people who are throwing those things?
Do not let your anger get the best of you. We are justified in the rage that we feel as Minnesotans with the paramilitary force that is roaming our streets and the brutality in which our neighbors are being treated, and the inhumane ways we are being described. But giving in to that rage gives them license to terrorize more. We are justified in recording, we are justified in documenting, we are justified in following, we are justified in doing anything that is possible to make sure one of us does not disappear in the darkness. But there is no justification for people to give them the PR that the administration is looking for.
It's definitely sickening, that you have an individual, that speaks this way, that's doing this. We all are looking for, that arrest and that, deportation. When it comes to not even just, the Somalians that are making a lot of this happen, and causing a lot of chaos. Those are the ones that's not at the protest, which I find completely funny. You're having all these different individuals that are getting in trouble, within a lot of things, whether if it's them going to jail, where it's pepper spray involved, or arrested and, hemmed up a little bit. Those Somalians, they're watching on the TV, watching on their brand new phones that they just got and not caring whatsoever. That's what they're not understanding. They do not care about you. Not only, are they watching on their brand new phones and they chilling at home, but they're constantly taking a lot of money from you. Those same individuals that's out there, that honestly don't have literally what they have. And I find I find it very, very confusing. I find it very confusing. This right here, this is a Minnesota woman literally dropping common sense for a lot of these protesters.
I think everything would be done by now because we never done it alone. Let ICE do their job. If they're illegally detained and they're arrested, they're here so
I wrote a comment about
prove it. Then you can be released. I know the inconvenience.
I tried to stick my real arrow. I want to try to biohazard arrow. I'm going to have biohazard poison about it every year.
It's very much so common sense. Whole 17, 18 seconds of it. Just literally let ICE do their job. Honestly, if that individual is legal and everything is straight, they'll be released. I mean, I truly don't see what they're doing now is just causing more and more frustration, more and more violence, and it's not it. I literally seen a video of an individual saying that it was multiple babies and toddlers that were out, literally that were out with their parents protesting, And I now to come to find out, and as I'm thinking about all of this, those same individuals that are having these babies and toddlers at the protest, why are they not in daycares? Why are they not in the daycares? The so-called daycares that they say they have. I mean, it all makes sense. They literally tell them themselves. I truly don't get it. I'm telling y'all. Check it out, Ilhan Omar, y'all.
I would love more accuracy of information, as they say they're the most transparent administration, which is the biggest lie told on American soil, I believe. It is the least transparent. It is the most corrupt. It is the one administration I have seen lie to us, even though we have an accurate documentation of their lies, even if we are witnesses to the lies.
One thing about it,
No, it's $302.
A lot of this, again, is a distraction. You know, and I say, and it's not a distraction. Obviously, you know the case. You know what Nick Shirley did. I definitely. It's more so they're using this as a distraction, trying to distract. You know, I ain't gonna say us because we ain't distracted. But when it comes to Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz, because of the fraud that's taking place, and it's definitely crazy. You know, honestly, a lot of people are asking, you know, wanting her, you know, not only to be expelled but deported as well. Says here, DHS agents are going door to door in Minneapolis, St. Paul, telling Somali care centers, you receive this much money. What do you do with it? What did you do with it? You know, the entire Minnesota is filled with literally fraud that we've been seeing. Check it out.
The ground, they say they see these daycare centers, adult daycare centers, autism centers, home health care centers, all over the place. So that's why DHS has to be here, Dana, to knock on these doors and say, you've received this much money, what'd you do with it? So we'll keep an eye on it. Okay?
Exactly. And we all constantly know, you know, we had that video of Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley posted that video and showing different cars, you know, in front of the place where you having a lot of this fraud going on. You know, having these brand new cars. And this is just not no regular cars, you know. You see nice cars, don't get me wrong. The cars they're making now are definitely pretty nice. I've been seeing a lot of the Kias that's pretty nice. You know, you're seeing a lot of the Hondas that are going pretty nice. It's a lot of nice cars, you know, that you look back then and be like, oh, no, I don't want that car. You know, and then you see it, you know, that how these cars are looking out. There's some really nice cars, but they don't have those cars. The cars that they have are literally, I've been seeing, you know, those Lamborghini SUVs, the Porsche SUVs and the cars. You know, I've been seeing some expensive cars that they have, and it's nothing compared, you know, to those $20,000, $30,000 cars. You know, they're I would definitely say the range of the cars that they have is 50 and above. Definitely 50 and above. It says right here, we know that part of the $700 million in cash came directly from Ohio. So I'm guessing and seeing here that, you know, they're transporting this money. You know, they're finding out now that a lot of this money is getting transported through, you know, the airports. Check it out.
Meanwhile, we're seeing the flow of money. It wasn't just Minnesota. So last week we talked about this, Steve. $700 million in suitcases flies out of Minnesota, often headed to either Amsterdam or Amsterdam to Dubai. It was a foreign ATM machine moving money out of the United States from the Somali community. We now know that this money was being staged in multiple locations. This morning, the Transportation Security Administration confirming they tracked $136 million from Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio has the second largest Somali population after Minneapolis. The money is in suitcases in Columbus. It flies to Minnesota. It goes to Minneapolis. Then the couriers in Minneapolis pick up that money, combine it with the money in Minnesota, and take it overseas. Now, why are we have banks, we have remittance centers. Why would the Somalis be doing all of this in suitcases, keeping it off the books and out of the radar? Why wasn't the Biden administration stopping it or raising questions about it?
Yeah.
And where was that money ultimately going? Was it going to Al-Shabaab? Was it coming back into the United States in political donations? Was it just moving money out to help poor Somalis in their country? We're just starting to get a look at that. But this was a sophisticated money courier system, and Somalis are at the center of it. The same Somali communities that were defrauding the government were moving money out of the country.
Definitely wild. You know, they're moving this money a lot of places, a lot of different airports when it comes to Minnesota, Ohio, Atlanta, Dubai, and somehow a lot of this money gets then wired, you know, supposedly, allegedly to Somalia. So it's pretty insane, you know, that this is definitely, you know, occurring right now. This is Nick Shirley. He is, you know, in the field. He's in the field doing a lot of work, exposing more and more, you know, fraudulent Minnesota companies, and I definitely love it. Definitely love it.
This is
Very
607,
unacceptable, but love what he's
and
doing.
it's not a transportation company. It's actually a money transfer.
If you look at the Secretary of State's office, state of Minnesota, Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered here since 2015. That was the original filing.
We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
We're looking for Safari Transportation.
There's no Safari transportation here.
No Safari Transportation.
Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari
We
Transportation.
don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation
know.
That's the
607.
address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari
There's
Transportation is.
no, we don't know.
Did you
Okay,
know
so the
Fuad
business is
Omar?
not here.
Dorica,
Fuad Omar?
Fuad
we
Omar,
don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this
registered.
is from the state.
This is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say, this is for Safari Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015.
2015?
Safari Transportation, state of
Oh,
Minnesota.
2015, huh? Oh, yeah.
Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the state of Minnesota website today.
Sir, please.
This is from today. I just printed this off today. Fuad A. Omar.
Go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's Safari Transportation?
It's no Safari here.
Okay, so it's a fraudulent
Do
business.
you see Safari anything here?
Exactly.
You see?
Exactly. It's not
You
here.
see it?
It's a fraud.
You see, sir?
Okay, thank you. We're gonna go to the next
Okay,
address.
that's it.
All right, keep moving on.
Address
So
after address.
607. This is supposed to be Safari Transportation.
I got 'em.
Transportation company, and now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However,
I
it
got
is
it.
actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation?
Pretty wild. Definitely tell you that. Pretty wild, pretty sickening that they're doing this. Not only that though, there's more. You see every day, you have daycares, adult centers. You have these transportation centers, healthcare centers. But it says here, it's pretty wild. It's called it's this ghost student. Fraudsters who stole tens of millions from federal student aid have been identified as Somali migrants. So there's more and more things as I find out every single day, y'all. Pretty wild. Check it out right here.
There is so much fraud that's coming out of the state of Minnesota, we definitely can't keep up. Okay, first there's daycare fraud, then there's medical fraud, and now there are ghost students. Yes, people are stealing federal aid grants. Listen to the story. Ghost students, fraudsters who stole tens of millions of federal student aid, have been identified as no other than Somali migrants. Federal investigators revealed that the perpetrator behind Minnesota's $12.5 million ghost student scams are migrants from Somalia. And this is how they're doing. The migrants enroll fake students or stolen identities in colleges to steal federal aid like Pell Grants. They never attend a class and pocket the money. The scheme prompt Education Secretary Lindy McCollan, can't pronounce her damn last name right, writing a letter to Governor Tim Walz, blasting him for allowing massive fraud in the state and calling him to resign. The letter writes, "You have been Minnesota's governor since 2019. During that time, your careless lack of oversight and abuse on welfare system has attracted fraudsters from around the world, especially from Somalia, to establish a beachhead of criminality in our country. Given your dereliction of office entrusted to you by Minnesotans, I implore you to resign and make way for more capable leadership." Also in the letter, McCollan, oh God, I can't pronounce her last name right, said almost 2,000 ghost students were found in his state alone. We call this fraudster ghost students because they were not ID verified and often did not live in the United States, or they simply did not exist. In Minnesota, 1,834 ghost students were found to have received $12.5 million in taxpayer-funded grants and loans. They collected checks from the federal government, shared a small portion of the money with the college, and pocketed the rest without attending the college at all. Fake children, fake healthcare, now fake students.
Pretty wild. Definitely pretty wild. And I find it very interesting. As you see and as you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, you start to see how much fraud is going on. You know? And it's like it's almost like everywhere you really go in Minnesota now is just completely filled with fraud. I'm telling y'all. It says Minnesotan goes off on the Somali fraud. Check this out right here, y'all.
Then look at all the money that they stole. Look at all that $9 billion and then put nothing in the community. It's just like George Floyd. His family got $20 million and they didn't even build a community in the city. They just left with the money. George Floyd too. Put all that shit on to whatever you filming, put that shit out there, because that's how it goes. When you don't put the community and help the community, they took that money and left. Now look at them. They all broke. They got tricked out of all that money. They ain't got shit right now today. Off for 20 million. Come on, man. Quit playing with the game.
20 million. Y'all hear it? Y'all see the frustration with, you know, real individuals that actually live there and actually had that common sense. Like, this is truly what's going on. You got people that are supporting this. Not only that, you know, you got George Floyd, you got, you know, the BLM, you got this, that. They get all this money and they run off with it. And you stuck here. And I'm just telling y'all, definitely insane. Says here, President Trump says Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar are fighting ICE to distract from estimates of $18 billion in fraud. Says, don't worry, we are on it. It's President Trump, you know, and is asking, you know, how would you rate your level of support, you know, Trump and ICE? You know, is it 100%, 75%, 50%, 25%, or 0%? The highest percent is, you know, if y'all actually, you know, support that. And I do 100%. I definitely support what President Trump, ICE is doing. That's just how I feel about it. You know, it's too much going on, y'all. Definitely. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for the next video. Catch y'all next one.